Good. Let's make sure everything's working. I can hear myself in my headset, so that's a good sign. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is my first stream of 2026. And I am playing PowerWash Simulator. Everything should be working now. Neat. Alright. So last time I played, finished the van in the campsite. In the public facility. I think now we're doing, looks like the Art Deco house. Toned down the volume of the water and also changed the pitch of it, so hopefully it's not as grating. Also this way I can play and talk without having to use the pedals all the time. Before I forget, Happy New Year. Hopefully everybody has a successful and relatively stress-free 2026. This is also my first time streaming with Stream Elements, although I haven't fully set it up yet. There are things that it can do, like donations and overlays and whatnot, that I haven't set up. At the very least, I do have it set up with multi-chat, so if anybody chats on any of the services that I'm currently streaming to, I will get notified. Did also just get a Elgato Stream Deck XL, which if you've never played with a Elgato Stream Deck, they are very useful devices. Basically, it's a set of programmable keys with a dynamic LED display on each key, and you can pretty much have them do anything. At some point I should probably do a stream where I walk through what it looks like on my Stream Deck XL, the information that it's giving me. Because it gives me information, even though they're buttons, you can actually set it up to show things like your GPU usage percent, your GPU and CPU temperatures, how many people are connected to your stream, showing the game and mic volume, and the volume is the dynamic actual output at the moment. But I do also have buttons that manage the mic and game volumes. Anyway, they are very cool devices. I highly recommend getting one, especially if you're getting into streaming. But they're also very useful for like video production. You can use them for controlling different things in games. Like somebody's created a free Helldivers 2 profile, which allows you to do the stratagems at a push of a button instead of having to do the arrow codes. Yeah, so at this point I have 3 of the Stream Deck devices. I have the Stream Deck Mark II, the Stream Deck pedals, which basically gives you 3 programmable pedals that you can use for various things, and then I have the Stream Deck XL, and they're all tied together. So like I can switch a profile using my Stream Deck Mark II, change the profile that my Stream Deck pedals are using, as well as the profile that my Stream Deck XL is using. And you can also do smart profiles too, where it changes the profile dynamically based on the application that you're running, but in general I haven't been using those as much. I also did just order a new office chair. I've had very bad luck with office chairs in the last 5 years. I think this will be my 4th, so hopefully this one actually works well for me. I have the problem where after an hour and a half or so my butt gets really sore. You know, in my current chair I actually sat in a Dania showroom. Sat in a chair for like half an hour. And was comfortable for half an hour. Got it home. An hour and a half later, it's like, well, kind of hosed now. Yeah, and the new chair is a remanufactured steel-case Elite version 2. Can't remember the name of the company that does the remanufacturing, but off the top of my head, but they're apparently well regarded. So, really hoping that works out. It does have a 30-day, basically, trial period where I can send it back if it doesn't work. But kind of running out of options. I know none of the gaming chairs are going to work for me. So I just have a weird butt. Yeah, hopefully everybody's week has been going all right. Hopefully you had a great Christmas and a drama-free New Year. Yeah, another change that I made for my streaming setup, I'm using NVIDIA's broadcast app now. And so it handles making my background transparent. So now all you see is my head. Well, head and chest, my bust basically. And it also is doing noise removal from my mic stream. So you won't hear things like me typing on my keyboard anymore. Or any fan noise. And so far my new graphics card is working out really well. I was able to buy a gigabyte NVIDIA RTX 5070 just before I went on vacation a couple weeks ago. And it is a significant improvement over the 2070 Super card that I had in there before. So yeah, hopefully the office chair works out, and that'll pretty much complete my revamp of my gaming setup up in the office. My goal is to start working up here. I work from home, as well as, you know, do my gaming from up here. For like the last 5 years, I've done most of my gaming from the couch, using Moonlight on a MacBook laptop in my living room, basically. And that connects to my gaming desktop that I'm currently playing on. And it mostly works pretty well. Obviously, you can't use it for streaming. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but you know, then you would have to have a different setup. Yeah, it started to get into streaming. Figured I might as well do it since I'm already gaming a lot anyways. You know, maybe make some money off of it, who knows. Not really looking to get rich doing this, but if I get some money back, which further fuels my passions, I think that'll be pretty cool. I also do want to get a new monitor at some point, but that'll be farther down the road. The OLED monitors that I'm looking at are in the $800 range, so it'll be a while before I can afford that. least I think it'll be a while. Yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with my streaming setup now. And basically at this point the only limit to my length of my streaming sessions is the chair. And the chair should be here in about a month. We'll find out fairly soon how well that works out. Yeah, I guess I do also want to get an updated webcam, or not updated, but an upgraded webcam. And for that, I'm currently looking at the Elgato, what's it called? The Facecam 4D, or sorry, 4K. Seems like it's the best option before you start moving up into pro camera, like DSLR territory. Which then you're talking about a significant jump in price. I think the Elgato currently sells for about $200 unless it's on sale. If you move to a more pro camera setup, you're looking at least probably $600 to $800. Which I don't know what point that becomes worth it, given that, you know, if you're only seeing like a small picture of me. I'd probably look at buying or building a new gaming rig before I did that. I'm going to have to bring a ladder up here to get to some different places. Wonderful. I also bought a number of games in the current Steam sale. One of the games that I bought was Dispatch, which is currently pretty popular. I haven't started playing it yet though. I also bought a game where you run a electronics store. It's kind of like the trading card game store simulator, or the supermarket simulator. I guess there's that one, and then there's also some other copycats. There's definitely a number of developers that have figured out they can make good money making these games. There's plenty of room for other developers to make interesting games in this genre. I think Playway is one of the bigger developers that are making these games. And their games aren't always great. Tank Mechanics Simulator was not fun. Pretty easy to mess up the interface usability in a game like this, and when that happens it just significantly erodes the fun factor. Like, I think the interface in this game and the predecessor, the first PowerWash Simulator game, are pretty good. They're some of the better examples out there. Trading card simulator, trading card game shop simulator is also pretty good. I don't think supermarket simulator is quite as good. They're just certain details that they just didn't get right. Like when you place furniture in trading card game shop simulator, when you put furniture next to another piece of furniture, it automatically snaps together, and they failed to implement that in Supermarket Simulator. It's a small thing, but it's the kind of detail that you notice if you play a lot of these games. I do also think that it's hard for developers to get the balance of realism and fun right. Although I'm sure some people would enjoy a game like this being more realistic, I think the average player likes, or at least I do, this game about the way it is. I think they got the balance right. A game where they didn't get the balance right, in my opinion. Well, my friend that actually has brewed beer probably disagrees, but Brewmaster Simulator is a little bit too realistic, I think. For me, these games are about, just basically getting into it and kind of, relaxing, shutting the brain off, just having a chill time. And some of the games, basically you can't do that. It's like the Brewmaster Simulator. You actually have to pay attention to how long you do every step, and it's not forgiving at all. Some people enjoy that level of realism. I am not one of them. One of the other things you'll probably notice about my Twitch streams, or my streams in general long term, is that I'm switching over from the name that I originally picked, which was a very generic Steam gamer Alex42. 42 is a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But I'm switching pretty much everything to Goyan Alex, which is a reference to one of my favorite tea brands. I'm not even sure that they're in business anymore, but tea nerds know who they are. basically become a bit of a Glenn fanboy. I think at this point I'm up to like 7 or 8 tea cakes of theirs. Yeah, it's kind of one of the brands that got me into Shangpuer. Aged tea for those that don't know. Done with this project. Few more details left to clean, and then we'll be on to next job. What I'm missing here. see me. Right, guess that was it. Want to see the fast replay. Nope. Right. Let's do the dog car. It looks like Cassie's home, so I'm gonna save there. And I'll be back in a few. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will catch you later.